first of all, if someone is worried about, security, if they're using cryptography or signature schemes, based on elliptic curves or based on RSA or Diffie-Hellman, like the time to worry about that is now. The basic building blocks, at least, as of the last year or so, right, have now been demonstrated. Okay. And what remains is, a huge, huge engineering problem of scaling it up. We don't know how long that's going to take. Here's an analogy that people often reach for, right? The, nuclear physics research in, 1940, if you were able to extract enough, U-235 from the U-238 or manufacture this plutonium, then, and you got enough of it, then you could build a bomb. You would need an absolutely enormous amount. Niels Bohr had this famous quote like, yeah, well, it's not going to actually happen because you would have to basically turn a whole country into a uranium enrichment factory, he said, right? And then a few years later, after he'd escaped from Europe and come to America, he was taken on a tour of the Manhattan Project. And he said, well, I see that that's what you've done. Okay. So, it is an enormous engineering effort that's going to be required, but I don't think you can say that any more fundamental breakthroughs are needed for that.